Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel Rewind. That is Secret Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe. Hit that notification bell so you know when we go live, guys. Today we are talking about The Wire Season 1, episode number 11. This episode had so many things going on that I had to have a lot of screenshots and I couldn't even take notes, so I'm using the pictures to help guide my memory, guys. Are y'all ready? All right, this is the aftermath of Kima Greggs getting shot. We have that legendary meme or slash gif of Weebay up as my thumbnail, so I love that whole thing as well. Hey Savannah, hey Damien. And hey, Inga. All right, guys. Moochie, are you ready? Give me a thumbs up. Gonna bring in the queen, the Moochie. Hey, girl.
Hey, y'all.
What's going on? Hey,
What
Karen
is
Jones.
going on, y'all?
So, how did you like this episode?
This episode, we're going to see the ish hit the fan, and things is going to go down.
Yes, it's going down. Basement. Okay. Excuse me. All right. So normally this camera don't be all on my body like this. So anyway, I think I got it kind of too far down. All right, so we ready? I know Brillo is expecting us to do 10:10, so he should be in here in a few minutes. But we are gonna go on ahead with it, with the episode. And here we have the cops are all swarming around, guys. They are all over the place. I'm talking about DEA, of course, homicide, narcotic division. I mean, they all out here. People that have no business being out here are out here right now. Okay, hey Tamika, you know. And so it was like, honestly, Rawls for the first time did not get on my nerves. I'm talking about Major Rawls. He did not get on my nerves this episode. I was agreeing with him 100% with everything that he did in this episode.
Oh, me too. Me too.
When he was shutting everybody down, like if you're not an assignment here, get your useless freaking behind out of here. Like they just over here. First of all, you could be messing up evidence. You know what I'm saying? Stepping on stuff and everything. So it was just something else. You wanted to add to that, Moochie?
Yeah, he basically wanted everybody who didn't have anything to do with the crime scene out of the crime scene because it's too many things that's obstructing things, that's making it hard for them to put the pieces together of what happened.
Exactly. So hey Inga, missed you, girl. Missed you. Yeah, and so it was just like, and then they kind of was acting like you ain't talking to me. Like they wasn't trying to move.
No, they wasn't.
I was like, wow, you know, he like get the heck out of here. So with this one, we find out here that Kima had a gun underneath the seat, but I guess when she sat down on it, it pushed it. Did it push it back more?
It pushed it all the way to the back seat.
Yeah.
And it was in the front really seat. It was underneath the front seat. So it must have what they said was when the car being at the car is so old, once they started moving around, the movement of the car probably knocked the gun out of place where the tape loosened up and it slid to the back under the rear seat.
Right. And I just found that a little weird because it's duct taped onto the thing. I don't know, whatever. I mean, fine. You know, I just thought that was kind of weird that if that was sliding back when it's actually duct taped. So I don't know. So then we get to the hospital and Daniels is up there and he's talking to this guy. This is the police commissioner, right? In the middle. And I don't know who this guy is to the left, but the police commissioner comes up to the white guy on the left and he's like, I'm sorry, I know exactly what you're going through. This is one of the toughest things about being a police commissioner or lieutenant. And he's like,
cop.
Yeah, and he's like, this is Lieutenant Daniels. And he's like, oh, like he just totally the same energy. He didn't have the same energy when he saw that it was him. but he looked like he felt stupid. But like I said, it just wasn't the same energy. Hey, Savannah. So I was just like, oh, this is just a disgusting situation. I guess for him, the commissioner, he looking at it like, oh, we're not used to, okay, Karen Jones said Norris. We're not used to people being, these black folks being up in rank like this,
Right.
Well, did you want to add anything to that?
He kind of felt, I think Norris felt kind of bad that he wasn't acknowledging him as the lieutenant. Mm-hmm. Like he could, like I see what you guys go through kind of look.
Right. Yeah. Hey, Eric S. You ain't that late.
And he seemed like he didn't have the same energy for Daniels to me.
Right. Yep. That's what I was saying. Not the same energy. Like, oh, just want you to know where the whole department is rooting for Detective Greggs. Okay, whatever. Freaking Purdue chicken looking mother lover. No. Anyway, so we get Burrell coming up in here, and he wants to know, like, what's going on, like, what's the word on Kima. And this is when we find out, okay, she been shot in the chest, and the bullet did not go through. She was also shot in the neck too, yeah. And that went straight through. Mm-hmm. But it's causing a lot of problems. She's, she hasn't been stabilized and all of that stuff. So then we get to this scene over here, back to the crime scene. And Rawls, he sees McNulty over here, and he wants to know if he's hurt because he sees all this blood on his hands and everything. And he's asking him, if he's okay. And he's like, yeah, I'm okay. But I mean, he's not shot. This is Kima's blood. But then he says, what have I done? So you want to keep it here, though. If you want to say something, just keep it right here because we're going to talk about it the other part later.
Basically, he was just telling him that it was Kima's blood and he wasn't hit and he's okay. But he didn't pretty much say anything else in regards to what's going on with the case. And they don't know right now yet if Kima is alive. What's up, Savannah? Hey, Eric S.
Rawls is finally human. Inga said the Baltimore police is very corrupt. Yep. All right. So then Freeman comes down and he's like, yo, we need to get to work, And it was like, F you or whatever. And he's like, what are you talking about? Because don't you want to be around? Where you going to be at? When they start, a cop just got shot. When they start calling on them payphones, where the heck you want to be at? So he had to open these idiots' eyes because they're literally just standing around doing nothing. Just like Rawls was saying, you're being useless. One thing I say about Bunk, he came down there to work. All right, him and what's that? What I call him, Officer Chubbs. What's his name again? Jay. Him and Jay came down there to work. Okay, they was putting in that work, trying to figure things out. They was going through alleyways and everything. So yeah, Freeman tells them, like, where the heck you want to be when they start making these phone calls. And that's when they had to realize, like, yeah, you're right, you want to be on top of the church building or whatever. And speaking of phone call, here you got Weebay on the phone, and he hit up Stringer and he said it's done. And then you got this idiot Little Man drinking out of the soda can, and he drops the daggone thing on the ground. And that's the wrong thing to do when there's a cop like freaking Freeman on the payroll. Did you want to, let me see if there's anything, did you want to add on to anything that I just talked about?
Yeah, what I want to add here is they don't know yet that it's a cop.
Right.
We're going to get, this is one of Orlando's girlfriends.
Yeah, we were going to get to that part, but because you're right, because on this is the part where
he's like, I wonder who she was.
Yeah.
I wonder, I was getting ready to say that. He was like, I wonder who she was, because now they see that it looks like it's a big stink over this person.
Mm-hmm. because they like it's mad cop. They probably get so many cops that went over there. What the heck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't. First of all, this is a spoiler, just so you know. Freeman was an awesome cop until that's a spoiler, in my opinion, because now I'm gonna be expecting him to screw up. So don't do that, Eric. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that's basically saying like, oh, a surprise is coming. Now I'm looking for the surprise. All right, so like I was saying, they're in the alleyway. They looking at the boot prints or the sneaker prints that's in the alleyway. They're trying to get everything. Then they kind of went out past the alleyway. I'm not sure where they were, but they saw that he had stopped. They saw that he had stopped somewhere. So they see like the track of his sneakers or whatever. They're gone now. So they figure he must have got picked up by a car. So there you go. Do you want to add, hey, support gaming? It's okay, Eric.
So they got footprints.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna pick up a little piece of the concrete to make sure because they have a clue of the footprint to see if they can match it. They got the hoodies that fell.
Mm-hmm.
So they got almost all of the getaway equipment except for the guns.
Yes.
So now and the money.
Right. So now they in the hospital and they're listening to this whole situation. They're listening to the tape and they are all, to me, this scene was pretty, I like how they all were acting in this scene. All the actors did a pretty good job because they were really like, they didn't even want to hear it, and after when they heard her say, something ain't right, that's when their whole, like, their demeanor changed, like, oh my gosh, like, we about to listen to this whole thing go down. And McNulty, he could not even take it. He goes over there and starts freaking throwing up. And that's when Rawls, I think, was saying, just turn it off, turn it off. And this is one of the moments that I was saying I really liked, how Rawls was just giving it up. Like, he was just being straight real. Like, I'm not about to sit here and let you think that this stuff is your fault. So, I hate you. So if I hate you and I'm telling you you didn't do it, then, obviously, because I'm going to be the first one.
Everything isn't all about him.
I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, if you screwed up and this was your fault, I will be the first one. But I am not about to freaking sit here and let you take the blame for this. And like you said, go ahead and finish that about what you were saying.
He was saying everything is not all about you. This isn't your fault, and I will be the first one to tell you if it was. Mm-hmm. Because I don't like you. He was straight up with him.
Yep. And all I could do is respect that.
Yeah.
That's all I could do, because I mean, look, the guy was really taking it. And I like the fact that I don't know, I feel like it's good that he was taking it so hard, because a lot of people know why McNulty is a jerk. Like, he really is a jerk. And so he probably needed to freaking take it hard, because he was exactly, Eric, as McNulty's guilt is a result of his narcissism. Exactly. That's why I said I don't feel bad that he feel bad. He need to feel bad, because he was making everything about him in the first daggone place, wanting to be the freaking superhero. So, that's why. But I still appreciate Rawls going in and saying what he's saying. Like, no, we ain't about to do that. Okay, so now we got Freeman, him and Prez, they back at the office, and they see this 07 page in a minute, and they're like, who is 07? And to be honest, I forgot that they did not know Weebay's page. I forgot they didn't know. I thought they had it.
Knew it was Omar.
I thought they had it already, and I was like, I know Omar knew it, but I forgot that they didn't know it. I thought they had everybody's pages, all down and everything like that.
They got the page numbers, but they don't know the code to certain people.
Yeah, the code.
So they didn't know that at that time.
So they start digging, and he's saying that, well, we're gonna have to spin this another way. Like, we're gonna have to skin this cat in a different way. And that's when he decides that he wants to go down to the payphones. Your boy does not play them games. I want you to, swipe for dust for Prince over here. Then he sees the soda can. I need this dusted. Like, he was playing no games. And then he goes into this little meeting here and breaks it up and says, look, this is this. I got Prince on this and Prince on that. You want to finish up with this part?
Okay, so they got Prince on the phone was smudged, so they didn't get Prince off the phone. But they did get the soda can that Little Man dropped, and they got a good print, and they got Little Man. So they got him as one of the shooters.
And then the guy from the one that y'all said he's from, is he from Narcotics or Homicide? The one that's from Homicide was like, where are you from? Like, what department you work in? And he was like, pawn shop. Listen, when he said pawn shop department or whatever the heck, first of all, before he said it, when that guy asked, Bunk was like, here we go with it. Here we go. You're not going to believe where this man, where he set up at. And I was just like, yeah, that's kind of funny, because they're not expecting this guy to just come up in here. He don't even know who he is. He like, how I don't know who this exceptional officer is, So he tell him, look, I'm in the pawn shop department, and he walks away. It's a daggone shame. I also forgot to mention that when Rawls was leaving the site, the murder scene, the DEA guy came up to him and told him, anything you need, if you need, men, you need money, whatever, I'm here. And Rawls is kind of like, yeah, okay. And I was thinking, like, does he have that kind of attitude because nobody was trying to help them before, and now all of a sudden y'all want to help? Without any kind of spoilers, let me know.
You know why he had the attitude? Because right before that, he kept stressing about the money.
The money, right? Yeah,
and he was like, well, it is $30,000. We need to get this guy Savino, and he kept like harping on the money. Oh, it isn't that much, but I know your officer, she got hurt over this money, but we really need that money. And then he was like, fuck your money,
right? Yep.
Like, so your money.
Yeah, I forgot that was the same dude. So in this scene, we get Weebay coming to the little print shop or whatever for Stringer, and he tells him, oh, it all went good, this and that, and he's like, shh, be quiet, and turns on one of the printing machines and everything. He's like, okay, now talk. And he explains everything that happened, and he's like, yo, well, Shorty was a cop, so now stuff is about to hit the fan. So you need to get out of town, where your people's at. So he was naming New York, Jersey, Philly, whatever. So, and he was pretty pissed off about Little Man. Like, what the heck is wrong with him? Because Weebay was saying, yo, I saw, there was a girl in the back. No, he said Weebay, he said Little Man said there was a girl in the back. If it was me, I would have left her alone. But Little Man decided to do something different. And so Stringer Bell is saying, yeah, he gotta go because he just be doing too much. Like, he ain't thinking, or what did he say he was doing?
He said Little Man be doing too much where he be messing up things.
Right. So I was trying to get the verbatim. I forgot.
He was like, yeah, I know he just where he was like,
he basically said he was messing up. Yeah, but I wanted him to, because I forgot the exact words. Most of the time, Tamika, y'all be out here giving us the verbatim. So
he was also like, Savino didn't tell them that they wasn't supposed to. If it was somebody else in the car besides Orlando, they wasn't supposed to go down with the deal. But they didn't see or get in contact with Savino because they was already there once he went up the alley, because that was the plan. He disappeared up the alley, and then Weebay and Little Man came out and did the shooting.
Eric S. said, interesting how much more seriously they investigate a cop getting shot than the average Joe. Yep.
Yeah, that's nothing new.
They come out. Tamika said it was no time to signal. Yeah,
right.
No time.
That's what he said. It was no time to signal.
So he's like, yo, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish that part.
I was saying he was saying it was no time to signal. And Little Man just started letting off shots.
Right. And I know I want to wait till we get to that part. So we're gonna hold off on that part.
Want to land those hoes.
Right. And so he's like, yo, where's the guns? You know, like forget about that. Where's the guns at? Okay. Because if she wake up and start talking, it's a whole nother situation. So he want him to get out of town. And also he's saying that Lil Man gotta go. Okay. Savino already knew what he was supposed to do. Like, you know, so he got a story. He already know he got to stick to it. They not worried about Sabino, but Little Man got to go.
So basically, Savino's got to take the charge.
We didn't get.
This was already.
We gonna get to that one.
But he says that in the scene.
He said that too. No, he said that in whatchamacallit. He said that in with the scene with him and Avon.
Yeah, but
I got that.
He said this part. Well, we already know Savino's good, but Little Man, he gotta go.
So I wanted to talk about this scene right here because I didn't like how he came to deliver the news. Like he basically came to deliver the news as if she was already dead. And it was like, because first of all, when Freeman came down and said, look, let's get to work. And you know, they were like, screw you. So they said, he said, before he was leaving, he said, so when did somebody get in touch with Kima's people? And it was like, no. So they was down there just lollygagging. You know, maybe they were in shock or whatever, but they just weren't getting to work. And so then he goes down. He said, you know what? Carter was like, all right, I'm a Carver. He's like, I'm gonna be the one to do it. And so when he goes to see Kima's girl, he's over here saying, you know, she and she already knows it's bad news, but it's like, get it out. Say she's been shot. Stop trying to make it seem like she's dead already. Like, you just get it the freak out. Sorry, I was just bothered by that. You're muted.
I don't think he knew that yet, that she like if she's dead or alive. So I think that was why his approach was what it was. Because remember when he was one of the first ones to get there when she got shot.
Right, but even if you don't have the information, just say she was shot. Stop making it seem like, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying it was just like too, I don't know. So then this scene right here, I thought was really tough because you see her hat on the table. They already know she's fighting for her life. So it kind of makes me feel like, you know, it just reminds you of like if someone dies and you've known someone that died and you went into like their, you know, an area where they used to be and you see their stuff. Like it was really touching. Like it just made me remember when my grandmother passed away, and after that day when I went to my mom's house, I saw her bed over there just empty. It was tough, and I had to walk the heck away. So I'm looking at McNulty. You know, he's just really, you know, he's just really dealing with all of this stuff right now. He's taking it hard. So Inga said Carver was scared. I think
he was.
I
think you got to keep in mind there's still beginner cops conduct, so that might have been the first thing they saw, or maybe they told them to take it as that way. This is somebody you talk to every day and you see them get hurt. So yeah, he's going to be off with this. So.
Yeah, of course. Then he shouldn't have volunteered. Then it should have been someone with more experience. But at the same time, I still understand that that's not easy to do. But I don't feel like he should have volunteered it. If you don't know how to do it, you're a rookie. Go sit down. This scene pissed me off. I thought it was very, very, very unnecessary. So go ahead, Moochie, and you could go ahead and talk. It really made me mad. I wish I could freaking punch him in his face.
All right, so in the episode before, Kima, how can I say it? In the episode before, Bubs paged Kima and told him how he was getting clean and he wanted a bed and a place so he could get a place to stay and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, all right, page me and I'll come through tomorrow and help you. Because it was in the middle of the workday or whatever the case may be. So, he paged her.
Day.
And the next day, but now the shooting and everything's happened. They're going through her stuff. Her beeper goes off. He sends 2 uniformed cops to pick up whoever's at the phone and bring them down to the station. Don't tell him why or nothing. And he gets down there and he's like, why'd you page Greggs? And he was like, well,
why you care?
Yeah, why you care?
That was stupid, honestly, for his part, though.
And he was like, well, if you don't start telling me something, like, basically, I'm going to beat it out of you. And he did. He beat him up.
Yeah, it was so unnecessary for him to have that attitude. I'm talking about the cop. But at the same time, it was so unnecessary for Bubbles to respond that way. It was like, why the heck you responding that way? Just say, I mean, and even if she's getting paged by him, what's the big deal? You think, what's the big deal? You think this is one of the dudes that had something to do with the shooting? Like, what's your problem?
Right.
This really didn't make no freaking sense. I was just so irked. So he's in there beating the crap out of him. And I just thought it was not right, of course. And they came in there. I felt like they should have did something to him, but they didn't. He lied, talking about something. Oh, he rose up and it got out of hand. They just be getting away with so freaking much. So they call Bunk calls McNulty and tells him to come on down because
you got to get down here. Your boy.
Mm-hmm. So then he goes in there and he tells him what happened to Kima, and he breaks down a little bit. He's like, where the heck were you at? But then McNulty also tells him that, look, I need you to hit the streets for me, do some work, and he gave him money because he doesn't know that this man is clean. And that was so annoying because it was like, oh, you over here giving this guy money, you're keeping him tempted. And it was just annoying. But did you want to add anything before I move on?
I wanted to add that he did tell him what happened to Kima, and he did not take it well.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't take it well. He wanted to know where McNulty was when this happened, and how could he let this happen. And I was glad he said something like that, but it was like a different situation where, she was undercover.
Right. So, yeah, horrible timing for Bubbles.
Right.
Yeah, Tamika says big deal was at this point the cops grasping at anything. And that's the problem, is that you're at the hospital doing nothing, waiting to hear, if she's gonna live or whatever. Get out in the streets like Bunk is, and all of them. If you feel like you want to get some answers, get out in the street and do whatever the heck but if not, don't just go ahead and start trouble. Call this guy, grab him off of the payphone and bring him down. You don't know what the heck this girl got going on. The heck? So he gonna have her number, the same dude, somebody that tried to get her shot when y'all know it was an undercover situation. Like, it was dumb. Anyway, so now
it didn't make no sense.
Yeah. So now we find out that there's like this new re-up situation, right? This is a part of their change up.
Mm-hmm.
So they got them dropping down the re-up from the windows. And when they get wind of this, they find out that they're changing up the floors. This is the only part of that I'm going to go ahead on because I got, the other stuff, but I wanted to bring this up because I don't think I have a screenshot for that part, but they're watching from the rooftop and they see him looking like he was using the phone, but I guess he called up to get the stash to be thrown down, right?
Right.
Did you want to add on to this?
Well, I think Carver and I forgot the other guy's name, but he's funny. They caught it, but not Carver, Herc.
Mm-hmm.
Herc knew exactly what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, we just got a re-up. We just actually caught a re-up.
Yep.
So now,
He like,
I wouldn't say they're getting sloppy. It's just now they're able to observe and see more.
yeah. I mean, if you're gonna do a switch up, it gotta be way more discreet than dropping something out the window.
That was too blatantly like I don't know what they was thinking with that.
Yeah, that's very, very weird. So now we have the conversation between Stringer Bell and Avon. And Avon is pissed off, obviously. And he's asking questions like, what up with Little Man? What up with Savino? And that's when Stringer is telling him, well, Savino is gonna take the charge. He already knows that. And as far as Little Man, they gotta clean that situation up. And he also says that it's his fault that he screwed up because he was saying something about Weebay, and I think Savino convinced him that when they get Orlando, they could also get the money or something like that, right, Moochie?
Yeah.
And then Avon was like, how the heck, you gotta think though, like, how the heck would Orlando be able to front all that money? So that's why Stringer was like, yeah, I know, I messed up.
It's on me, I messed up.
Yeah, I messed that part up. So you want to continue?
Okay, so basically he said it's on him. He messed up. They already know they gotta burn the money. They can't spend that money because it was 30,000. He was like, well, this is garbage.
Marked.
Take that out. It might be marked or anything. So take that out and throw that out with the trash. So that's basically what he told them.
Yeah. He like, this ain't gonna work. Gotta get rid of it. And he's pissed off, and we're gonna talk about that. I'm saving certain parts, like scenes that are coming up. I kind of have them at the end, so we're gonna talk about it. All right,
that's why I'm just following your lead.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it a little later. Hey, young boy, how you doing? So
I believe he did feel dumb during that conversation, Eric. Yeah, because he all they thought about was how much money it was, and all right, y'all could split this money if y'all gonna do the deed too.
Right. And he definitely had to feel stupid, kind of small, because normally, he's the thinker, right? So between him and Avon, so for him to screw up like that, that was a serious screw up.
Like, yeah, but you know what? He didn't talk to Avon about it. He did all of this on his own.
Yeah. Right. So he tells Avon tells Stringer to have Weebay clean stuff up before he leaves town.
Right.
All right. So in this conversation right here took place after Rhonda and McNulty were in there with Levy. And they was like, do whatever you got to do. McNulty was saying, do whatever you got to do to bring Savino in. I know you can. If you wanted to get into contact with him, you could, right? And Levy was up in there talking about something. Now, I don't know where he is. I don't know where he is. Like, just straight face. I'm not giving up my folks. Just get out. You notice that every single time he was trying to demand something of Levy kept looking at Rhonda. And she's just, kind of looking back. And then after McNulty finished saying what he had to say, she was like, no, he said, do you say this, or does he say this, right? Or vice versa. And so then she said,
he's saying this, what are you saying?
Right. And so she was like, yeah, she agreed. But then when she gets out, she was pissed off. Like, what are you doing? Like, you messing up stuff for me and other people. I can't be, I'm making friends with these people. I can't basically, in other words, I can't move up the chain or do whatever I need to do if you got me out here making enemies, And he was kind of getting in her behind, like, all you MFers are all the same. Like, you guys are all friends. And if the half of y'all wasn't trying to run for judge, we could probably have some clean cases around here. You know what I'm saying? And actually be doing the real work. But everybody is friends, and which makes everybody corrupt. Just the same story that happened while Freeman was taken to why Freeman was taken
moved
off
to the
of the
pawn
thing. He
shop
was moved to the
area.
pawn shop, right? Because
Mhm.
there was a friend somewhere. Like anybody, anytime it's a friend, oh, we can't do the real work. We can't do the police work because no, I don't want to mess that up. So did you want to add something right here with this scene?
I wanted to add at this part, she says, I know you're gonna have me where my career is messed up. And he's like, what, like just what you said, everybody's worried about their career.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of like the real thing is doing good, clean police work.
Right. So we're gonna move on. First, I want to say that Tamika said, "Not the thinker, Miss K." Another example of him trying to play away games, not telling Avon about the plan to take that money. Well, this is as far y'all got to remember. I'm looking at Stringer from here to the beginning of the season. Y'all have already the picture and remembering everything that he has done, which is causing you guys to know how he is and how he's going to turn out to be grimy or whatever. I don't remember all of that. So from what I'm seeing, he's basically the brains behind everything for right now. You know, that's what I'm looking. That's what I'm seeing so far. I don't know about what kind of games he's about to play or nothing like that, but it looks like, I mean, does he have any kind of, is there any kind of thing that you see Moochie from the beginning of this season to now, or besides now, because obviously people feel like he was playing games, besides now where he seemed like he was more of the thinker between him and Avon?
Right
The
now,
brains.
he seemed like he was doing the everyday operations. Because remember the last episode, he took his page. He said, "I'm going to get you a new pager, and you no longer talk to any local people." So maybe this is why what happened. Because remember, he did tell him, "I don't want you talking to anybody local anymore."
Mm-hmm. No, I'm talking about overall in this season.
I'm
Besides here.
I'm going by from what you say from here to here, and that's why I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to pretty much justify why he didn't tell Avon about that situation.
Because he said he don't want him talking to nobody.
Right.
Okay. All right. Y'all don't give me no spoilers. All right. Now, this one right here is when Burrell. I forgot to put my. Y'all ain't remind me.
What?
I got to put my little, the
Dope one of
quote
the
of the
quotes. Oh, I
episode.
thought you did. I didn't know you
So
had it.
it's supposed to be every week.
Yeah, dope
So,
on the damn table.
yes, that's Daniels. And so this is what he says it after this scene, all right? And then this is Daniels, Burrell, he's over here saying, "Yo, I want all the dope." Not all the smoke, all the dope. I'm like, this freaking guy is too much. It seems like he's just here to screw everything up. Just put to me, that's how I see it. He want to mess up the wire operation. He want to mess up, just everything. So I don't know, guys. To me, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing, guys. But if I was watching this for the first time, which in a way it seems like that, I would feel like he got something going on because he seems like he's always trying to step on toes and mess up every freaking thing. So anyway, he wants all the dope on the table. Did you want to add anything onto this?
He wants all the dope on the table as far as that, and he wants to have some type of consolation because Greggs got shot. So she got shot, but look at what we have. We got all of this, even though we got an officer that got shot in the line of duty. Look at the case that we cracked, and that's what he wants to bring to the media. Right. He does want a show, absolutely.
He definitely wants a show. So, I'm going up to the other comments. Levy was so hateable. Stringer beginning of trying to change the streets to business. String rarely talked to Avon before making a decision. That's what Young Boy said. Let me see what else. Support Gamer says Miss K definitely wants us to spoil or not in the chat. I don't understand what you mean by that, but I don't want y'all spoiling it. All right, guys. So then we get to this scene right here, and he brings him just like Rhonda said, trying to make McNulty happy. What the heck can McNulty do to you, girl? I mean, do for you. That's the I'm sorry. That's the only reason why she said yes to that. All right. So anyway, so they're here and they're at the little hearing, and he's saying, "Look, I brought him here. He didn't know that this person was a cop. He came here with baking powder, right? Mm-hmm. He was going to try to trick the guy so that he can get his money, but he didn't take the money. He left the money, and on the tape it proves that he left the money." And so he's like, "So what do you?" And my client didn't know that she was a cop. The woman was a cop. Did you want to add anything? So he's like, "What do you want to do?"
It wasn't even dope crack. It was just baking soda.
That's what I said.
He got that. Mm-hmm. They want to make it where he only gets 3 years just for doing the illegal situation, the legal deal. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "I could do 3." Right. Like he's like, "All right." And they wanted him to give up whoever else was there. But he says he doesn't know who else was there. He said he walked up the block and disappeared. So he knows nothing about the shooting, doesn't know who was there, doesn't know who did it. None of that.
Mm-hmm. He don't know Nathan's. So, And I think McNulty was like, "You happy now?" or something. Did he say you happy? Who said that? Oh, you feel good about He said something. I think he said, "Are you happy now?" I don't know. Or do you feel good about yourself? I don't remember what he said. And that almost feel like that would be something that Levy would probably
under
say.
those lines, like, are you happy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was trying. So now this is Daniels, and he's coming in and he's telling everybody that, look, Burrell wants a bust, he wants dope on the table, all of this stuff, but we're gonna do whatever we have to do, but we're gonna leave the main stash out, because all of this work, if they come and we do everything that they want us to do, it's gonna mess up our case, and it's gonna cause Barksdale and them to switch everything up and just to be on to us. So the plan was to leave out the main stash, but come to find out, he gets a visitor where the dude was yelling at him out of nowhere, right?
"Quit playing with me!"
Yeah, right. Sorry. So we find out that he knows about the main stash. Oh my gosh. So that means that they're going to have to go forward with the plan to hit up the main spot. And he tells McNulty and Freeman this, right? Daniels tells McNulty and Freeman this, and he said, he got somebody in there. He got somebody in here that's going back and telling him everything. He said, before it was me, but now it's somebody else. And Moochie, I'm not going to ask you. I think that it's this guy right here with this purple or pinkish shirt in the middle. That's who I think. Don't say anything. I'm developing a cough, guys. I'm sorry. So when y'all hear my reviews, please excuse me if my voice starts to act up.
He don't know nothing.
He don't know nothing.
That's
okay.
What Savannah said. He don't know nothing.
Oh my gosh. In the Zeke voice. Yeah, too much. All right. Did you want to add anything on to this part?
I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not going to say if you're right or wrong.
Okay.
But we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving. Freeman did tell him, look, he has somebody talking. It's somebody out there that's in this room on this case that's running back and telling everything.
All right. Mouse in the corner, baby. All right. So because of that, McNulty, you know him, he loved going over heads. So he runs to his judge guy And he's like, I need you to serve his, get in his behind, rip him a new one.
They're gonna close this case down, and we still got more to do.
Yeah,
they want dope on the table.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I can't help you, son.
Right. And then he looks and he sees that he's back on the ticket. And you see the same thing that he just finished telling Rhonda.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so it's everything just coming right into play with all the stuff he was saying. All y'all do, y'all make friends. He probably went and kissed somebody's behind and made sure that he got back on the ticket and told them he wasn't going to be involved in all of this stuff. Look at Inga. I know who it is. So he's like, I can't help you. And he said, oh, what did he say? So who's my daddy now?
Who's my daddy now? That's what he said.
Oh, look, Eric had it. Yep. Who's your daddy now? So, So then we get to this scene right here. I think this is before, they're getting ready to move out and go hit up the stash houses and stuff like that and get that dope on the table. And McNulty tells Bubbles, good work, because he had him scout, like hitting the streets, like, tell me who's out there, who's not out there, who you don't see. Obviously, he comes back, he say, I don't see Weebay, I don't see
Little Man,
D'Angelo, I don't see Little Man, and I don't see Savino. We're gonna talk why he didn't see D'Angelo in a minute. So he says, good work or whatever, and so he tried to tell him, look, things are different for me now. Remember earlier, he gave him a $20 bill.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, things are different for me now. But when he was trying to explain himself, Daniels came out and was like, all right, we got to go. And so he didn't even get to tell him that he's trying to stay clean. And I was like, oh my gosh, I really freaking hate this. Did you want to add something to it?
He could have bought supplies for his little nook downstairs in the basement. Don't give me that. He could have went and bought a comforter or something.
True that. Exactly.
We're not gonna blame McNulty for giving him spotting him a $20 that he had to go cop. No.
Right. It's still all about your self-control. Yes, please wait. Please wait, my lady. All right. So next, we get to the bust. This is the only picture that I got from the bust because these Negroes took the money this time, which y'all already spoiled for me. So I was already expecting it. Okay. Remember the last time when they didn't actually take the money, and somebody in the chat was like, oh, they didn't take the money this time. I was like, oh my gosh.
Who, me? Did I do that? Voice.
I don't remember who did it. But listen, I knew it was coming because of that. So they just grabbed the stack, put it right in their little, bulletproof vest and everything, and kept it moving. I was like, wow, must be great to be a cop sometimes when you doing things like this, huh? Get you a nice little rack. So now, did you want to say something for that last scene?
No, okay. I don't want to. Look, they already said they was gonna break into Savino's house before that. Unless the lawyer was gonna bring them in. I forgot about that. They said they was gonna bust down his door every day until he come in.
Right, and the mom was like, "That's my baby.
Your baby shot a cop."
So now this is the word is out. Obviously, this is a scene that was talked about. It happened earlier, but I wanted to save it for one of the last things that we talked about. So they over there talking about the incident that happened, shooting a cop, all of that, and what's his name? Bodie. He's over here saying, "Listen, I don't know about this, yo. I'm feeling some kind of way. Like I'm feeling like some more bodies is going to drop because you know how your uncle get when people start screwing up. He take it personal." So I was like, that's pretty freaking deep. And then right before you know it, here come this guy in the blue in the background, like, yo, you D, Stringer's looking for you. So did you want to go ahead and take it?
He's like, Stringer wants you to come through and see him or something like that.
So he goes and he sees him, And he tells him, I don't have that screenshot.
I want to say he said his uncle too. Yeah.
So he tells him, go to the go with Bay and whatever. He just tell him to go with Bay. He didn't tell him nothing else. And yo, this guy is a nervous wreck the whole time. Oh, first of all, let's talk about this part right here. When the guy said that, he was like, see, Bodie was like, see, you moving up. Just don't, get moved, thrown in the trash or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, whatever. He walks away, he leaves. Then Pooh comes up, and I forgot what he says. He says something. Oh, he said, no, Lil Man ain't he ain't around. Nobody knows where he is, right? Nobody seen him. And he ain't show up for work and this and that. And he said, see? It's like he's starting to see it already. Like stuff is happening. That's what he said. He said I feel like they gonna start cleaning up around here. Right? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Where my quota's at. Anyway, so he's the one that's driving.
Know their rules is not to talk in the car.
Right. He's the one that's driving.
They not even talking in the car. They just listening to music, and he's like, all right, we need to go here. And he takes him here. He said, okay, come on, we gotta go around back. And they go inside.
Wait, hold on.
It's dark in
Look
there.
how he was looking towards that back. Down that alleyway. He did not want to drive. He stops. He was like, what you doing? Go, drive. He was so freaking scared. Well, go ahead. I just wanted to add that. I wanted to kind of
scared where he didn't want to drive down there. Mm-hmm. He was scared the way he didn't want to come inside. He like, come on, I gotta show you.
Right.
And when he got inside, the lights was out.
Look at him. On the light is crying.
He thought he was gonna die.
Yes.
And when he opened his eye, he see all the fish tank.
He thought he was dying. Okay, because he didn't know what in the world to expect. Poor guy. That's a terrible life to live. I'm sorry. Your uncle is the leader of this thing, and for you to feel like you could get got at any time, very, very sad. You don't need to be living that kind of life. So I thought this was so cute. Like he was talking about his fish and the name, and he said Jezebel around here somewhere, and she thinks she cute. I was like,
he's talking about them like they was people.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. My cough is like act like it's getting worse.
Support Gamer says D'Angelo thinking I'm gonna die. We be like, I need you to look after my fish.
It was too cute. So he was like, yeah, I'm gonna show you how to do it. He said you gotta feed them every day or whatever, different kinds of food for each tank or whatever. He said, but I'm gonna show you how to do it. You're gonna use the food that's next to each tank. And then when he was walking back, about to go upstairs, D'Angelo was like, where are we going? And he was like, going to Philly, like we shot a narco, like got to get the heck out of here. And I guess he was saying that D'Angelo is the one that's going to drive the truck back, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's going to get dropped off, drive the truck back. And I'm also remembering that my guy, or your guy actually, because he wasn't my guy, Omar, he has not been seen. And he is in New York, obviously.
Right.
So we haven't been seeing him lately. Now, I wanted to talk about this scene right here. I wanted to talk about this scene right here because, he's listening to the conversation between Poop and Wallace. And Wallace is saying, I want you to send me some money so I can come back home because it's so boring. During this episode, we also saw a conversation. We found out that Wallace be calling Poot like twice a day because he's so freaking bored and the crickets and all of this. I can't sleep. So at the end, he tells him that he hears them talking, and he was saying that we are like, I want to come home, send me the money. And he puts this down as non-pertinent. And I was like, boy, are you wrong? And my thing is,
he messed that up.
Yeah, my thing is, did they not communicate this with you that he's supposed to be in some type of protection right now, and that he was sent there? That's the part that got me, because I'm like, how the heck is this non-pertinent to you? Don't you know that this kid is in protection? I don't know. I'm confused. Did you? I mean, I'm asking you. Do you remember in previous episodes if they told him that? Because I don't remember.
Remember, he came to that location where they work out of. Mm-hmm. So he knew. I think he knew that they was taking him somewhere. He didn't know. I just this part I didn't understand.
Yeah,
because he's usually good with putting stuff together. But remember, sure, I think if Freeman was listening to that call, he would have caught it.
Right, exactly. Where the heck is Freeman when you need him? This is the time. This is the time right now. Oh my gosh, my eye is running. Like, ooh, it's almost time to go, guys. I don't know, guys. And then we get to the last scene, and it's our girl, and she is on the monitor, and it's just beeping away, guys. Well, that's a good sign, right? You know, it's not flatline. So, yeah, she's still. They were saying that there was some type of swelling around the vertebrae, or she's in very, very, very bad condition. And
they also had to put the compression things on her legs, those pants, so they could, so the blood could circulate to keep, and also keep her pressure down.
Wow, very sad, very, very sad. Is there anything that I forgot to mention?
No, you mentioned the girlfriend. I don't like the way they did her. We can talk about that. I didn't like the way they did her at the hospital.
They were basically saying like, "Oh, the family, is she family, or did you say this was the daughter and all?" And it's like, and they called her a roommate. So
he wouldn't even go over there and talk to her. The one that thought that Daniel's
the commissioner.
Yeah.
He
that was just messed up.
He was just being disgusting. I know, Inga. I am. I don't know what the heck is going on. Like, there was people that had colds and chest colds and all of this stuff, and I'm taking care of myself. Don't worry, thank you. So, yeah, I was like, what in the world? That was kind of mean. And then they were saying, and then what's his name? Carver. He said, "Oh, it's okay, don't worry. He'll just, if she dies, he'll say something at the funeral, or he'll do something at the funeral.
He'll say something at the press conference." That's what he said.
Right.
He said something like that. It probably is allergies, because that pollen is coming out now too.
Well, it was my chest actually was like, it was acting up. So ginger, brandy, and honey. Yes. If only I had some. I have honey, just not.
No, we talked about the brandy. He's saying we left out the part where Stringer chose D'Angelo out at the club. We didn't get there yet.
Who said that?
Karan Roland. We didn't get there yet. Here you go with the spoilers.
You spoiling, yo.
Ginger brandy
got me choking.
Man, it's telling you to take.
Yes, I know. That's why I said I got the ginger, I got the honey. I just don't got no brandy. Shoot. Gotta get that, clear everything out of my chest. Huh?
You need a hottie toddy.
Yep. Hottie toddy. Hot toddy. All right, guys. So yeah, that was the last thing you wanted to say, right? You don't want to say nothing else.
All right, tune in next week, because next week is episode number 11.
Oh God, it's called Cleaning Up.
Number 12.
I think it's called Cleaning Up. So right. Yep, a shot of lemon. So yeah, and also look for. I saw We Own the City last night. It's a lot. I'm gonna do a recap of that. Like I said,
coming with me too.
Like I said, please be mindful that your girl has a cold. So I hope I don't sound horrific, but I'm gonna try my best to come through with that. You said you got one coming too, Moochie. Yeah, and what else?
I got that coming, and 61st Street.
Yes, 61st Street. All right, guys. You guys have a blessed one. Thank you again. Thank you, Inga, Young Boy, Savannah, Eric S, Support Gaming, Tamika, Karan, And
please
I
hit
see
that
Karen
like button.
Jones. All you guys are wonderful. Thank you so much for always coming through, and take care and be blessed. Good night.
Good night.